All right, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, because the city has been incorporated since the year 2000, and because that means there were parameters. So they call themselves Masons or whatever, but in reality, it's just 90-degree angles are going to be a 90-degree angle no matter what. So just because you put a stick at a 90-degree angle, you call yourself a Mason. See what I'm saying? Like that type of logic. So what I'm saying is that the city was incorporated and these are the foundations, right? So it doesn't matter the name or whatever. It's just like you have houses. You have suburbs, 1-2 story houses, and they're ticky tacky, right? And then you have this plot of land, 2-acre parcels, and this patch of dirt. So that's why it's extremely important, ladies and gentlemen, to pay attention. So what happened? Okay, so basically I had two females, right, that you could say they kind of love me too much, right? And see, got all these goddamn mosquitoes. Okay, so you could say like they love me too much, right? And basically, I'm gonna put it this way. So from their perspective, it's almost like they were following life, or following their gut feeling or gut instinct. And all right, so but because the city is incorporated, that means they're using their gut instinct. You see, and they either know that or they don't know that. So here's the thing: in my family lineage, like in my birthday, we had the thing. It's like you hit it 3 times and then you're done. Like in the birthday with the piñata, right? Hit the you get 3 shots at the piñata and then you're done, right? And so because the city's incorporated and in so in this perspective, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want you to understand, is that from my point of view, it's that Annie Nguyen, or my female human childbearing counterpart or whatever, may or may not think of being like her, you see, or falling into that program. And that's what they're trying to fool her into. So these two females that love me too much, they love bomb me, you see? And what I want them to know is that in the past, it wasn't like that. In the past, it was true, you see? Like in the past, because this is incorporated. That's the reason why everything was incorporated. And that now it's like, it's not true. It's called a love bomb, right? So you basically love bomb me and you took me away from my chances at well, maybe you didn't, who knows? Hopefully you stay true and you do what you can, be a good person, right? That's why we spiral upwards. Now, but at the same time, like what is that female gonna think? Because she's not just a female, she's my female human childbearing counterpart. And not only that, but she's a high value person who, for once in her life or in existence ever, should not have to be afraid to say who she is, you see? But they're trying to play that story backwards and say that she has to be the secret agent, or like she has to play like Annie in the attic or some type of shit like that, you see? And a lot of that could be for other people's storyline. So they're using a very high profile individual as a supporting character to take over their family lineage, heritage, and wealth. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Please stay tuned. I was born in 1994 in this real estate development since 1996. Genuine Education, foundation of my parents, ladies and gentlemen. And until 2001 at Raymond Case Elementary School when I was in the second grade. So, thank you for listening.